Israel's Special Envoy for Trade and Innovation, former Deputy Mayor of Jerusalem, Fleur Hassan-Nahoum, joins me from Jerusalem. Nice to see you again. And I think it's official. I mean, as official as these things get, that the ceasefire is over. Do you have any sense of it? Do you feel it in Jerusalem? I realize that you're quite a distance from Tel Aviv and also from Gaza, but can you tell that the ceasefire is over?
No, in Jerusalem, actually, and ironically, because sometimes, or many times, it's been the core of the conflict. But Jerusalem, during the whole war, has in fact been a city of calm and refuge, where we've had 40,000 evacuees from the north and south of the country move here for over a year. So no, we're not feeling anything. The only thing we're feeling, of course, is internal turmoil of the hostage families, who are now very concerned about the restarting of the military conflict in Gaza and what that means for their loved ones.
You know, I've been to the hostage square in Tel Aviv, you know, and the pain then, and that's, you know, many of them have come home. I think there were 250 originally taken, a number have come home. Yeah. A number of them have been murdered and tortured. Yeah. But the days that move on, I don't know if you just heard, I was talking to Ambassador Leiter, is that, you know, how painful it is to these families, because, you know, they want their loved ones to come home, they want them to be alive, and even the ones that come home are almost just, you know, who are they? They've been underground for 17 months. You know, the cruelty of this is just unthinkable. And these families sitting out in the day after day, hoping that they'll get news and good news. It's very difficult.
The cruelty is unending. And of course, it's a lot worse for the families, but the whole country is feeling like these are their kids. This is a small country, Greta. This is a country which unites in times of crisis. And everybody feels that these kids are their kids, or these grandparents are their grandparents. We've gotten to know these people through their posters for a year and a half. We've gotten to know their families. And the pain is just unending. Because what do you push for? You push for a deal where they come out in dribs and drabs, the way that they came out over the last 2 months, and then some are left behind. Do we push for a deal of all or nothing? And then you have certain parents that will say, well, bring out who you can, and certain parents who will say, my son will never come out if you don't bring them all out together. So you're honestly, in terms of the government, you're in a lose-lose situation, because you're dealing with terrorist monsters. That's who you're dealing with. These people are sadists, and that's what we have here.
There are a number of the families have come here to Washington to talk to Congress and to keep, you know, the United States eye on the ball, so to speak. And they'll come and sit on my set. And, you know, we have 2 or 3 minutes between commercials. I don't know what to, I mean, first of all, I don't know what to say to them when the cameras are on. But when they were just sitting there, I have no idea what to say to them, because you could feel their heartbreak just across the set, you know, and the pain that they're going through. It's like, you know, my heart, it's just so, it's so horrible what these families have endured and continue to endure.
There's nothing you can say except sit with them and feel their pain and tell them that you're also feeling their pain and that you're praying. That's the only thing you can do. We've had close friends who've gone through this over the last year and a half. Unfortunately, we have close friends whose son was murdered and never came home. And so it's really, the whole country here has been taken hostage. And there was no other choice. Netanyahu said very clearly, they tried this way, they tried that way. The last deal that was offered, even Witkoff said this is ridiculous. 1 live hostage and 4 dead ones. Well, what is that when there's another 20-odd still alive? And the clock is ticking. These hostages are not going to stay alive for much longer. They're being tortured and they're being starved.
It's just terrible. Israel Special Envoy for Trade and Innovation, and now my friend, Fleur Hassan-Nahoum, thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Greta.